Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into this show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, we're going travel heavy. We have American Airlines taking aim at line skippers. We have Alaska Airlines revamping their loyalty program, and we now will know the fate of the Hawaiian cards from Barclays as well. And we'll close with American Express. Their top boss says the refresh is going well over their 40 products. Well, we'll be the judge of that. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, this story from American Airlines we're batting leadoff with is actually one I think we can all relate to, and that is line skipping, right? So, specifically, you know how you get, everyone decides to jump in line as soon as they open the boarding doors, no matter what, to get on the plane, no matter what level of your status you're at or what boarding zone you're in. People just pile in to get to the plane, right? And so you're supposed to have the zones, right? The fancy people, the military and people who need more time, and then it just goes by like ticket status or like airline status, right? Well, I've long since argued that the early boarding on the airline credit cards doesn't matter because no one follows the line. The people just go. I'm guilty of this too because no one does it. Well, I'm not going to get passed up by everybody. The idea, of course, people are fighting for overhead storage mostly. But anyhow, American Airlines is now taking aim at this with a few tech upgrades. So this, I believe, came from a view from the wing. So American Airlines started to enforce boarding groups over the past couple of weeks at two airports, Albuquerque and Tucson. Never been to either airport. Passengers scanning their boarding pass before their group number is called will be met with an audible tone. I do wonder how annoying or how embarrassing loud they make it. Gate agents then ask the passengers to step to the side until their group is called. Overall, feedback has been strongly positive. Also, not slowing down the boarding process. They're going to be rolling this out to Washington's National Airport in the next coming weeks. So there you go. That's probably enough. We do also have a quote. We are in the early phase of testing new tech and used during the boarding process. The new technology is designed to ensure customers receive the benefits of priority boarding with ease and helps improve the boarding experience by providing greater visibility to the boarding progress for our teams. I mean, the last part of that doesn't really make any sense, but the first part does, and the fact that yes, a lot of these, I do believe this is for two reasons. It's for the credit card perks and, again, to help sell the tickets, right? There's no real reason to get on the plane early except for overhead space. And that's partly what comes with the premium tickets. You get on first, you're not sitting in economy or whatever, the last one is you get space and you run out of space as you go. It's pretty simple, right? But the credit cards, even the lower tier ones, they all advertise for Delta. I know this is an American story, but I know how Delta works. Delta main cabin boarding, which is you're not dead last and there should be enough room, but it doesn't matter because no one listens. So, I think this is a fine idea. It probably needed to be done because that is a benefit that I've said is far, far overrated. I also think they're not giving you enough early boarding on the credit cards, especially the premium ones. The ones that are expensive, the executive card should probably let you board in whatever their version of right after Sky Priority is Comfort or Comfort Plus. In my opinion, given the price that you're paying, it may be that could give way to increasing that perk. I really doubt it. I think the perks are going to stay the same, and this is a way just to defend against it or to support it and not have people cut the line. But really, when you look at those cards, being able to get Sky Priority or Comfort Plus boarding, no matter what ticket you bought because you have the card, that would actually be a game changer in my opinion. So more to come. Be careful when you're skipping the line now, because the airports, right? But for now, be careful when you're those two airports are skipping the line. But if this has turned you off of American all the way, or you want to hedge and get into a different airline program, well, Alaska might be the one for you. We've got a lot of talk about Alaska as of late with their takeover of Hawaiian finally approved. Of course, there were a lot of concessions they had to make to the Department of Transportation of things they will and won't do. But they are now going to refresh their full loyalty lineup. Ideally, they're saying it's making it easier to earn status. I mean, no one ever comes out and says we were going to make it harder to earn status. But the specific changes here, you're looking at they're combining to one program, which makes sense. New ways to earn elite status. They're switching to qualifying elite miles. Why does everything have to be elite? What is elite? They all do it. They all put elite in there. I'm not sure what makes them elite. Just qualifying miles would be fine. That elite word is not necessary But whatever. They all the airlines do it. Expanding miles earned from card spend makes sense. Earning miles on award flights, earning miles on non-air partners, and milestone awards. So TPG had the full breakdown. So we'll kind of skim through this here. I'll put it on screen for you, and I'll hit some of the highlights. So a lot of this stuff is coming over time. I think 2025 is the launch for most of it. So here we go. As a reminder, their stats: MVP is 20K, MVP Gold 40K, MVP Gold 75K, which we just ran out of naming tiers or something. I guess this is why they use Elite, because we're not good at naming anything. MVP Gold 75K, 75K miles, as you would imagine. MVP Gold 100K, but at least it's not Platinum, all right? So starting January 1st, 2025, if you have the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card, you can earn 1 mile for every $3 spent, up to a total of 30,000 EQMs each year on qualified purchases. So that's good going forward. 60,000 charged to your Alaska card in a year will get you 20,000 EQMs. Cool. Just doubling down on the credit card program, as you would imagine. Again, earning EQMs on award flights. They'll take a page out of a hotel loyalty program playbook and start allowing passengers to earn EQMs on award flights. Normally, you don't earn points when you do redemption, so that is somewhat nice. Non-air partners. By non-air partners, they mean like Lyft, like using like a Lyft ride, or like shopping portals and dining programs, things like that, that they have partnerships. And then milestone rewards are kind of like how you have tiers. So like every 10,000 miles, you get something. So for example, 10,000 EQMs, you can pick one, 750 bonus miles, pre-order a complimentary meal for your flight, one complimentary Wi-Fi pass. You could just do not good Wi-Fi for free. That would also be helpful. MVP status for a trip, double miles, non-air partners, upgrade your next Avis car rental, 30,000 miles would be your next tier, which you could do 25,000 bonus miles, 25,000 off a future Alaska flight, $25, excuse me, for Wi-Fi passes. Try MVP Gold, or $100 off an Alaska Lounge membership. 55 would be your next tier, where you get to pick two 5,000 bonus miles, 10,000 miles off a redemption from extras, gift of MVP status for a trip, one complimentary lounge pass, two upgrade certs. 85 is your next tier, which you could also pick two, which is 15,000 bonus miles, 25,000 miles off an extras redemption, two complimentary lounge day passes, two upgrade certs, gift of MVP Gold status for a trip, nominate someone for MVP status, roll over 10,000 EQMs to the next year. Then 100K has choice benefits as well. One of the following options upon qualifying. Again, and it just keeps going like that. I don't think we need to read through all of them. We're already taking a while here. So anyhow, there you go. That's kind of what they're looking at, revamping their status, which isn't too surprising because, they all want to tie into the credit card programs, which makes a lot of sense. I think once those Delta's numbers came out, that the goal is just spend more on your partnership credit card. So to that point, what happens to the Hawaiian credit cards? There was a rush to go get the Hawaiian cards because we didn't know what was going to happen. Easy way to load up on miles. Well, if you did, well, that was a good thing because... So here are a few excerpts from the interview. Thanks for a frequent miler. So once the airline loyalty programs merge, all credit cards will move to one issuer, likely Bank of America. Current Hawaiian cardholders will be transitioned to the Alaska card, although it'll probably take some time. Once the merger happens, the ability to transfer miles to other members that current Hawaiian cardholders will go away. However, evidently Alaska likes that benefit and may re-add it eventually. And it looks like Premium Alaska credit card is on the way. Alaska's target date is late 2025 for like the full merger, like system merger integrations and all that good stuff. So there you go. That is the full Alaska program. Again, we've got, we pulled a lot of it from TPG. They have most of it, but if you're interested in Alaska, there you go. Now you know what's going to happen to the credit cards. If you don't like those cards or those changes, maybe you're one of the millennials who American Express claims is super happy with their credit card refresh and their product updates. As you remember, we've been tracking this story for seems like most of the year now, which is good because it makes a good headline and thumbnail. That American Express was refreshing 40 products over their product line. Of course, this did include globally, but no one cares about places that aren't America. Come on now. Go America. So anyhow, they had, a quarterly earnings call. And we have some excerpts from that where essentially the top boss is saying, hey, these revamps have actually been pretty good. So let's take a look. Now, this comes from Quartz, who pulled this out. But again, as we've covered, they've restructured the gold card. That was like the latest one. So strong early results we're seeing from our product refreshes reinforce my confidence that we're investing in the right areas to enhance our value propositions and meet the financial and lifestyle needs of our customers. This is from the top boss. Now, the company said it has a strong customer retention with new millennial and Gen Z customers. I don't even know how old those people are anymore, but those are the groups they're kind of going after, which again makes sense. So again, we know what they unveiled for the refresh gold card. I'll put it up for you, but they did hike the fee from $250 to $325. Millennials and Gen Z use their cards for dining nearly twice as much as other cardholders. The company said, including making up a higher share of reservations through Resi than any other generation. Overall, millennial and Gen Z build businesses growth jumped 12%. The highest of any generation, but still a percentage point slowdown from the prior quarter. That metric refers to transaction volumes on payment products issued by Amex. The company sees its strategy of luring in younger cardholders as long-term investments. These are cohorts that will continue to grow with us, that will see an uptick in organic spending over time, that will wind up being upgrading from green to gold, gold to platinum, and so forth, CEO said. And so, once again, I think that we're really laying down the foundation with investments that we're making. Sure, then shares of Amex fell like 5% Friday morning, falling short of analysts' overall revenue expectations. Not a big deal, it's just a funny cliff note in the article. So, I think a lot of things. One, the last point, how the top boss even says we're going to progress you up the line, speaks to what we've been saying here forever, that when they went back and changed the product family rules that you can't backtrack, they clearly want to funnel people through in order. The interesting part is he said from green to gold, which now I think the green refresh could be back on the table, is where last week I didn't think it was, because, they killed Lounge Buddy credits over there. I don't think there's anything really to lure someone into the green first. It is, better for actual transit and stuff, but, I think that one could need a refresh, especially to tie it back into the Resi world and the dining, if that's what they're seeing is pulling in those millennial and Gen Z folks. It's overall, I guess it's not super surprising. It would be nicer to see some more specific demographics, about like, hey, what are they doing? Where are they living? That's probably the interesting point. How much are they making? Type stuff. But the gold and the platinum have always had the allure to them. I mean, I know here it's a lot easy to just say, hey, it's math. They do either is or it isn't, positive value or it's not, but it's not that simple. American Express is good at what they do, so I'm not overly surprised. I mean, their marketing, the cards themselves, I get it. So apparently it is having the desired effect, which also goes to one thing we always say here is like, well, hey, look, they just don't want us as customers, right? They really don't want people trying to, maximize these credits and stuff. They really want people who see this card more as a status symbol. And right or wrong, to some degree, it still is. I mean, it's just no more so different than how a 16 Pro Max iPhone is not a status symbol, yet we treat it that way. I mean, the Galaxy Fold is $2,000, but the Apple, for whatever reason, has the status, the image. So overall, I guess I'm not overly surprised. I mean, they're at least using the cards for what they're supposed to be using them for, which is dining and going out. The Resi tie-in is a little bit interesting. I didn't think Resi would be overly popular, but again, maybe it's seen as a way that you can get some kind of, special treatment or seating in a restaurant perhaps, and maybe a normal person with a plastic credit card couldn't. So all that to say, to sum it up, they're going to keep doubling down on what they're doing. They're seeing it work, and if it upsets us, like I don't care for it, then that just means the products aren't for us, and they're probably never going to be much beyond the intro offers. But I do still think, my last point here is, I do still wonder why they do banking backwards. Like I believe right now they're just leaving products on the table. They could be cross-selling these folks, and I still think the ignoring cash back is weird. I just think it's weird. I think how they have the deposit account set up as well. If you can sell people on a $325 credit card, you can sell them on a deposit account and get even more of their money. And I don't see them doing that yet. I would imagine those pushes come later as they've dabbled with it, but to me, that seems like one of the last tiers. Also, to me, I think they will end up making a higher tier platinum card because, again, you're progressing people. You're having no problem progressing people. I could probably sell you $1,000 card. I'm sure I could, actually, if I'm American Express. So either way, it's working. You can let me know if it's working for you down below or not. But anyways, that has been the news for this week. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channels. We're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, right back every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that wasn't credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on ProfitableContent.com. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.